Greetings, Great Witch here. So I have painted my cars hundreds of times, and I am finally repainting all of them as I move over to a brand new garage. And I decided I was going to do these this time by theme. So on this group of cars here, I'm going to paint them from the original Star Wars movies, just some of my favorite characters from them, and see how it works. So this first card here, I went with Boba Fett. And for primary color, I used matte light gray, and I used a silver pearl. Secondary color, I used matte green, and it also has that silver pearl on top of it. For wheels, I used sunset red, and then with the wheel customization, it has the atomic yellow, and that kind of has pretty much all the colors in it. I kind of wish I could have chipped the paint up a little bit on this one. I wish there was an option for something like that, but this right here looks pretty cool for what we've got and what we can do in GTA Online. I mean, I really dig it. And I'm probably going to keep this one like this one for a while, because some of these I dig a lot. They came out pretty cool, but this one's one of my favorites so far. I got another one in here. It really looks really cool. But so far, so good. And I think I'm coming along pretty cool with them. But for Boba Fett, I think this one works really good. And if you wanted to do Django, I guess you could just change that to blue. Now, right here we have R2-D2. Had to do that one. It's the coolest little guy in the world. And I just went with classic ice white for the primary color. Secondary color, I went with a classic dark blue. It's kind of hard to see in here. It's kind of washed out from the bright sunlight, but that's what I went with. And then for the wheels, I went with alloy, just to give it, that's pretty much the main three colors of R2-D2. If you don't count all the little buttons and knobs and whatever he's got on there. But for the short little car that this is, I think it looks pretty cool. It looks a lot better when it's not in the bright sunlight, but to show it off, to record it, that's what I had to do. Now this one's C-3PO, and this is actually the car that made me want to do this to start with, because if you look at the headlights, it kind of looks like C-3PO's eyes, and when I painted it gold, I was like, yeah, this looks pretty good. And the primary and secondary color are just from the metals category, and it's just pure gold. And then I went with chrome for the wheels, because if you do know, C-3PO has one silver leg. So if you don't believe me, I'll just check it out. But yes, he has one silver leg, but he's all gold everywhere else. And this car actually, it really did look like C-3PO, kind of the way some of the ports and things and little bits and bobs he's got on him. I dig it. Now this one right here was my take on Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I went for a primary color of matte dark earth, and I used a sandy brown pearl. Secondary color is matte desert tan. And then for the wheels, I went with dark ivory. And then in the nighttime, I have the blue neons on it, and it looks really cool. Kind of like the lightsaber look. But this brown combination that I have on here, I really dig the way that this looked. I didn't actually think that the browns would look pretty cool, but it looks really cool on this car. And here's the nighttime look with the neons, and it's pretty cool. I dig it. So up next, Luke Skywalker. And this one here, I went with the primary color with the matte ice white, and then I used the bleached brown pearl, which is kind of washed out, but it does kind of give it a kind of a cream color, which is kind of what I was going for. Secondary color was matte desert tan, and then for the wheels on this one, I did straw brown, and for the neons, electric blue, just to give it a little bit different from the Obi-Wan version. And this one, I think it looks pretty cool. The car like this kind of reminds me of some type of like speeder or something like that you would see on the planet on Tatooine, so it's pretty cool. And here's the way it looks at night. Alright, so here's Darth Vader, and this one is my absolute favorite one that came out. And for this, I've got a lot going on. His primary color is matte black, but then I used ice white pearl, and then I have the secondary color is classic black, and then I'm using a livery, which is black stripes. So there's 3 different blacks going on there, and I also have every piece of trim that I could have carbon black. I have the carbon fiber, all that put in there too. So wheels, I went black, and with the red outside trim writing, it looks pretty cool. And of course, I use red neons on this because you have to have that red lightsaber Sith look. And this one looks absolutely stunning at night. And that's it. That's what I came up with. And I dig it. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm going to do something else with some of my other cars. Kind of go through some other movies, maybe some other stuff like that. But I plan on seeing a lot more paint type videos coming up soon. All right. Well, this is Grey Witch. I hope this video helped you out. And I will see you next time. Peace.